Hey everybody, welcome back to Kill by Daylight. We got a lot to discuss. We got a lot to go over. A lot. A lot has happened in the past 2 days. But first, hi, how are you? Happy New Year. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good one so far. We're 9 days in to the new year at the time of this recording, and wow, DBD is popping off already this year. Oh boy, you can see right here, one Mr. Alan Wake, the champion of light himself, is entering the fog. They teased it yesterday when they dropped their dev update, including a new game mode coming, and then they were like, yeah, the new game mode's not going to be in the PTB, but there will be a new survivor in the PTB, and everybody kind of put the pieces together of their teaser and went, it's Alan Wake. So, this is pretty hype. Alan Wake 2 was one of my favorite games of last year. Absolute home run. A lot of great stuff about it. Lots of lore. The lore in this game is going to be a home run. It's going to be a slam dunk no matter what. Introduce him into the fog. They already did it masterfully. And in canon, he was trying to write himself out of the dark place again. And he tried writing himself as the hero, defeating evil again, and the entity took advantage of that. It writes itself, really, and apparently he's getting a tome because they gotta screw over my boy Jeff again. I was like, oh man, it's gonna be a licensed character? Cool, Jeff's gonna get his own tome, and Alan Wake is getting the tome next, apparently in like 3 weeks? 4 weeks, almost? I don't know why so long between one end and one beginning, but I don't know. Deathsling is also getting one, which is cool, I guess. Why you gotta delay Jeff again? Like, the way you're doing it is dumb, so past survivors that don't have a tome are getting overlooked by not only the new original characters that are coming out, because that's how you're doing things now, but now also licensed characters are getting tomes before your actual OCs. That's bad. But what's not bad is most of the stuff in this, I say most, we're getting a field of view slider. Excellent. That's great. It's only for allows players with first person cameras, killers, with the exception of the good guy, obviously, to adjust their field of view, reduce motion sickness, and other accessibility issues. It will be in the beta tab once it's fully released, I'm assuming. So that's cool. I believe they said it is at its default like 87 degrees. I don't know why they don't just have it be 90 like most things. That's weird. And all the way up to like 103, what Shadowborn was? Shadowborn? Yeah, Shadowborn. What Shadowborn was? Okay. That's cool. The numbers are a little wonky. Like, normally the base is 90 degrees, not 87. And you could have it go up to 105 degrees, not 103. That's weird, but okay. Shadowborn, its rework is now when blinded by any means, you gain a 10% haste status effect for 10 seconds. That should have been the tip-off of what Alan's coming with, but we'll get to that. Oh boy, we'll get... Ooh, some people are not going to be happy with what I have to say. In terms of, like, what the meta is going to be for killers. Modern abuse, while in chase, your terror radius is increased by 8 meters. Otherwise, your terror radius is decreased by 8 meters. They didn't do anything except remove the FOB clause, which is what I wanted, because modern abuse is a good perk all around. It's one of the most balanced perks around. Now they don't have the FOB thing, which was my biggest detractor of not using it on most killers. It's kind of like disorienting when, like, oh, your field of view is widened, and then it shrinks when you're in chase. That was kind of annoying. So I'm glad they took that out. We'll have to see how it is on release in like fucking 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but we'll see. 3 gens. I don't know how to feel about this. Each generator can only suffer 8 regression events at maximum, so pop, pain res. I don't know if jolt is included in there because they kind of make it feel like it's only when it's kicked, but I'm assuming it says regression events, not, oh, can only suffer 8 kicks or whatever it is. So pop, pain res, jolt, stuff like that. I don't know if Ruin counts. You see down here, they changed Ruin. I'll get to that in a moment. So I don't know if Ruin counts, but then again, Ruin doesn't stay up for very long, even with the new change, or reversion, I guess. After the max is reached on the generator can no longer be regressed by the killer, including kicks, add-ons, or perk-related regression, so that answers my question. I should learn how to read forward for a little bit. Number of regressions per generator is indicated by increasing VFX after 3 or more regression events. Gens at max regression events cannot regress by the killer, including kicks, add-ons, perk-related regressions. All good. That's great. That right there stops 3 gens. So that's good, right? But then survivors failing skill checks will still regress generators normally and do not count as regression events. They've increased the kick regression from 2.5% to 5%. So that's a big old buff to killers in general. Like, I think somebody said, like, this is not going to affect 90% of your games, but for those 10%, it'll feel a lot better. I don't do 3-gen builds, so now I just have an extra incentive to kick. 5% off a generator on 1 kick, that's pretty good. Gen tapping is no longer possible. That's a nerf. That's a nerf to Survivor. To stop a generator from regressing, a Survivor must repair 5% of the generator. Yeah, so you can no longer, like, oh, okay, they hooked my teammate next to a gen, and then they kicked that gen with pop. Let me go over, tap it a little bit, sit on it for a whole second, and then go rescue my teammate. You can't do that anymore. Gen tapping is no longer a thing. So that's a nerf to Survivors. Regression does not occur while repairs are in progress. Yeah. So if you stop to repair a generator that's been kicked, the regression will stop. That's just how it should be. But it's a killer buff, because you get more on your kick. You get more taken off of your kick, I guess I should say. And then gen tapping is no longer a thing. So that's a nerf to Survivor. Yes, this is a nerf to 3-gen killers. Killers that want to run 3-gen perks like Eruption and you know, the shenanigans that people run. But this is a nerf to Survivors for gen tapping, and a buff to killers, I think. Okay, cool. I guess. Again, gen tapping is a situational thing, right? I can count on, like, 2 hands how many times I've done it in the past, like, 2 months. Having to go over to stop a gen from regressing, and then go save a survivor, save a teammate. So it's not an every game occurrence, but it does come up quite a bit. Ruin. Basically all you need to know is it no longer deactivates when survivor is killed, which is great. Too bad it's still a hex perk. Sorry, hexes need a rework. Sorry, not sorry. Surge and Scourge Hook Pain Resonance does not create a loud noise notification if no progress is lost in the generator. So, when you down somebody with those, with Surge, or you hook somebody on a Pain Res hook, you no longer get the loud noise notification if nothing is lost in the generator, which is nice. That's pretty good. You could see the aura of the notification, be like, okay, that gen is hit. That means there's progress on it. Progress was lost. That gen over there didn't get hit, so I don't need to go check that one. That's pretty good. Oppression only causes a regression event on the generator that was kicked. Okay, that's good. Because Oppression, you kick a gen and 2 others are affected as well. So you're basically kicking 3 gens at once. That's good that it doesn't apply the regression event on the generators that weren't kicked. That's good. Overcharge, only the initial kick counts as a regression event, so if you fail that skill check, that does not count. That's pretty good. The meat and potatoes, though, is a lot. There's a lot. Again, there's a lot. Alan Wake is now in the fog. Welcomes a new famous survivor. Yep, he's a rider. Champion of Light. This one. This is what's gonna upset some people. While you're holding a flashlight, it activates. When you are shining a flashlight, you have 50% haste. I don't understand that one, because if you're getting a flashlight blind, you're standing still. I don't know if it's like... It doesn't say that it lingers. Like, it's like, oh, you have 50% haste. That lasts for 6 seconds or something like that. So I don't understand that. You're not just walking around shining your flashlight, unless it's supposed to be for the new Lights Out game mode, which they haven't really given us info about. We can only guess about it. So I don't know. When you successfully blind the killer, they also gain 20% hindered for 6 seconds. That's why I'm like, I don't know if this haste lasts for the same amount their hindered lasts. But I don't get the haste, unless it does last for an additional second. I don't know. This effect cannot stack on itself, so you can't just, I can't blind somebody with this perk and then you come up next to me and also blind the killer with this perk and they don't get 40% hindered for 6 seconds. So that's good. And then it goes on cooldown for 60 seconds. Hey, Lightborn haters and that one Twitter account that keeps posting when you gonna nerf Lightborn. Hey, I got some bad news. Lightborn is gonna be meta with this perk. I don't think it's a good perk, It's more of a meme perk. But I think a lot of people are going to be running Lightborn from here on out. Lightborn and that Chucky perk that blinds the person who blinded you. Yeah. Because this says when you successfully blind a killer, not when you get a blinding scoring event, which you can get when they have Lightborn, I believe. But you have to successfully blind the killer. Also, it just doesn't say when you successfully blind the killer with a flashlight. So you could probably flashbang or blast mine. That could be interesting. But we're not going to get to that now. So, I don't know. I don't think it's a good perk, but it's going to force a lot of people to run Lightborn just in case. Right, day 1, week 2, maybe month 1, Alan Wake is in your lobby. You might slap on Lightborn just to counter a perk that they may or may not have. I don't know. Another boon, a new boon. This should have just been called Boon Bring a Map. You bless a totem. Survivors inside the range see the auras of all chests and all gens in blue. I like that we're adding new aura colors. That's pretty neat. That's about all the perk does. If you have a lit boon totem, you cleanse and bless totems 10% faster. Woo. This perk sucks. Just bring a map. You can bring a map and bring, I don't know, an exhaustion perk like Adrenaline to save your ass at the end of the game, or Sprint Burst to save your ass multiple times during the game. Boon Illumination. Sucks. Sorry, not sorry. Deadline. It activates when you're injured. Skill checks appear 10% more frequently when repairing or healing and at random places. The penalty for missing a skill check is reduced by 50%, which is probably the reason you'd want to run this perk. But you basically apply Doctor's Madness Tier 2 to yourself? I don't know. That's bad. That's really bad, I think. His perks, there's a meme one, and then there's 2 bad ones. Boon Illumination is really bad. Deadline, you can get some value out of it if you're afraid of missing skill checks. Right? But, I don't know. It only activates when you're injured, and they appear 10% more frequently when repairing or healing and in random places. I don't know. Run it with Technician and that perk that gives you, like, repair speed bonus, or, like, I don't know. Nothing has synergy here with what I can think of outside of, like, Champion of Light. The boon sucks. Deadline sucks. Champion of Light is a meme perk. The adept achievement for this dude is gonna be hell. I'm glad he's in the game. It's gonna be hell. His perks are not good. Billy, they done some stuff with Billy, but in the good way, which is crazy to say in 2024. He no longer has an overheat mechanic. Instead, he has an overdrive mechanic. Yeah, revving the chainsaw and sprinting with the chainsaw causes the overdrive meter to increase. The meter decreases when the chainsaw is not in use. When the meter is full, you go into overdrive. So base changes they made. He now moves faster, 10.12 meters instead of 9.2. That's a speed boost. They decreased the hit cooldown to 2.7. It was 3, so that's a big old boost. Or a minor boost, depending on how you look at it. Decreased the miss cooldown to 2.5, was 3, so if you whiff a chainsaw, you now recover faster. So that's good. Increase your movement speed during the chainsaw miss cooldown to 2.3 meters. It was 1.3. That's a massive boost. Decrease the size of the collision to improve navigation during chainsaw sprint. You're not going to run into random pebbles or sticks. That's a buff. Disconnected the chainsaw sensitivity from controller sensitivity. The baseline sensitivity was set to 100% of the controller sensitivity. I don't know what this means. I just straight up don't know what this means. I know a lot of people are like, boost your if you're playing Blight or Billy, boost your sensitivity all the way up. So this might, I don't know about this. That's something I got hands-on for to give an opinion about. Overdrive. While in overdrive, it's enhanced. Your chainsaw is. Chainsaw charge and sprint speeds are increased, and your cooldowns are reduced. Overdrive lasts for 20 seconds. Base overdrive stats, you gain a 5% increase in speed. Charge speed. So you charge your chainsaw faster by 5%. You move to 13 meters per second, and your cooldowns are reduced by 10%. That's insane. Billy's back. I always love facing a Billy, but too bad he sucks now, so I don't see him often. But now, hopefully I see a lot of them. I want to see more Billies than I see Wesker, okay? Because Billy is such a fun character to go against. They added a new loading tip, improved overdrive, new scoring events. You get one for curving. That's cool. When you hit while curving, that's awesome. Overdrive hit, sprinter, and sprint hit. That's cool. On her own, they basically combined what she was to what she is, and now made her okay. Right? While demanifested, so when she's invisible, she can now gain bloodlust. She can now enter chases while undetectable. Wraith can't do that, but she can. When demanifesting, bloodlust is no longer lost. So if you're mid-chase manifested and you demanifest, you will not lose bloodlust. Okay. Increase demanifest state invisibility duration from 1 to 1.2. I believe they made that one add-on base kit. Cool. The cooldown from previous update is removed, so she could just teleport whenever now. Condemned gain from teleports increased to 1 full stack. So you can condemn more often, or more condemn per teleport. Teleporting applies condemn to survivors within 16 meters of the TV where Onryo projected or any other power TV. So it's not just, oh, every time she teleports, people are infected no matter where you are. You could be in a dead zone with no TVs, you're infected. With this, now if you're in 16 meters of any powered TV, you're gonna get a stack. Okay. Power TVs now have VFX showing ranges at all times when powered, are revealed to survivors within 16 meters. So now survivors can see powered TVs. So they know where to go. Looking survivor locks in the contempt progress, making it impossible to move. I don't know about this one, Chief. You could be at 5 stacks, have the tape in hand, going to put it in a TV, and then get downed and hooked, and you're locked at 5? Ah. Bah, I don't know about that. That one seems a little too good? I don't know. All these seem like really good changes to her. That one's the most annoying one, I think. VHS tapes no longer grant protection from gaining condemned. That's... survivors no longer gain condemned if they're hit holding a tape. That's good. No longer lose their tape when attacked. That's good. Survivors must bring their tape to the furthest TV, highlighted in yellow, so that one add-on that she has, that's really good, that's used the most, now is base kit. Retrieving a tape now takes 1 second. It was 2, so that's a buff, or a nerf, I guess. Yeah, because you're getting the tape quicker. Inserting a tape in TV now takes 1 second. It was 2, so basically you get a tape and you put it in the tape. The VCR quicker. That's a buff for survivors. Change a bunch of her add-ons. Increase the range of which survivors gain condemned from projection by 2 meters, so 18 meters instead of the 16. Okay. Increase the invisibility duration while manifest by 25%. It was 33%. Ring drawing when hooking a survivor carrying a tape. They gain an additional stack. Whoa. Oh my god. Each survivor starts the trial with a tape in their possession, and their target TV is the furthest from their location, so that's not changed. I don't know why they put it in here. Oh, because they added that survivors that insert their tape are revealed for 6 seconds. That's pretty friggin' big. Eerie tape protection does not turn off TVs and now does not apply condemned. That sucks. TVs turn off by survivors take 20% longer to turn back on. Why? This sucks. Why are we following the rule of iridescence must suck? This one sucks. Protection turns off, does not turn off TVs, but does not apply condemn. That's dumb. Blight got hit, I guess. I'm not reading all the add-ons. There's too much, and this video is already like 18 minutes, 19 minutes. So we're gonna speed run this. Quick Gambit. They increased the aura reading, I believe. Now survivors working on highlighted gens receive 5% speed boost from their repair actions. So you don't have to run the killer near them. It's just you see the auras of gens within 36 meters, and if you run him by those gens, your teammates get 5% speed boost. That's good. Save the best for last. Got really touched. Each token, yeah, same thing that with the obsession. Each token gains a stackable 4%. It was 5. Decrease successful action cooldown. You can earn up to 8. It was 8. So no change there, except for the 1% loss in speed or cooldown. When the obsession loses a health state by any means, you lose 2 tokens. You cannot gain tokens as long as the obsession is sacrificed or killed. So you now lose more tokens, but it's also, you can't just use this on killers that have a secondary ability to do damage, like Pyramid Head's range attack, or anybody with a range attack, or Trapper's traps. So this really took a hit. Save the Best for Last took a massive hit. I don't know if it's going to be top tier. It'll still be used because it's still good, but that whole lose a health state by any means, and you lose 2 tokens, that's pretty big. Grim Embrace. Each time a survivor is hooked for the first time, you gain a token. Then when you leave a 16-meter range of that hook, all gens are blocked for 12 seconds. What the hell are we doing? Upon reaching 4 tokens, when you leave 16 meters of that hook, the entity instead blocks all genders for 40 seconds, and the Obsession's aura is revealed to you for 6 seconds. Then it deactivates. What the fuck, behavior? You were hitting on all cylinders for this one, and then I saw Grim Embrace. I'm like, why? So now you have Dead Man Switch 4 times a match whenever you down somebody. Each time it's not even a unique survivor. It's not even like barbecue. It's every time a survivor is hooked for the first time. Oh no, that is it. Okay. You have Deadlock 4 times a match. You hook a new survivor for the first time, you gain a token. And then you walk away 16 meters, all gens are blocked for 12 seconds. What? And then when you hit 4 tokens, you hook each survivor once. The remaining gens are blocked for 40 seconds. And you see the Obsession's aura for 6 seconds. Why? This is a massive overbuff, I feel like. Like, you over-nerfed Save the Best for Last, and you over-buffed Grim Embrace. What the hell? And then Ormond is getting changes. The layout of the main building stays the same, but we decided to address the fact that the front of the building representing an entrance had no gameplay or interesting loops. It was a big pile of rocks and not much else, so we went through and update the gameplay and make it more fluid and fitting with the loops, and to actually add gameplay. The art team went through as well to make things look nice, which is good, I guess. Again, gotta play it hands-on to really have an opinion. The back of the building, we added a couple tiles with, that were simple loops that didn't have interesting gameplay. We went around with this update and improved the quality as well. So Ormond's gonna be better to play, hopefully for both sides. Yeah, and then bug fixes galore. They said something interesting about bots. Yeah, now have a reaction time to attacks depending on the killer and bot difficulty level. Bots don't have difficulty levels, so that's very interesting. That's about it. Known issues. The knight remains disabled due to ongoing issues. And nowhere to hide is also disabled. Fun. A lot of interesting stuff. A lot of good stuff in this one. Again, Grim Embrace is the only one I'm like, I don't know about that one. But a lot of good stuff. Alan Wake coming. A lot of good stuff for the killers that were reworked, which gives me hope for the other killers on that list that are going to get reworked or have stuff done to them. I'm excited for the rest of this year up until the anniversary, which is their roadmap. A lot of good stuff. I'm excited to see what Lights Out mode is going to be, if it's a permanent thing. I don't know if they've said it was a permanent thing. Do they say it in the dev update? Game modifiers. Okay, the website does not want to work. So I'll just scroll down myself. Here's pictures of Ormond. Again, I gotta play it to see myself. Whilst these will not be in the upcoming PTB, our first limited time modifier, so it's limited time. Lights Out will be available to play in the coming months. Stay tuned. All you get. That's all you get from it. The limited time modifier. Hopefully it's fun. That's all I can say about it until we get more info. Did they say it was coming next month? In the coming months, so it could be anywhere from now to the anniversary event. Neat. I'm glad they're doing limited time events to spice things up. Hopefully it's good and different than main game. That's what you want from an LTM, right? You play battle royales, you know the LTMs have to be different than just the normal battle royale with some sparkles and some glitter on it. So hopefully it is something completely different, or at least slightly different than what we're used to, not just, oh, you play in the pitch black and you need flashlights, which I think might be it, which is gonna suck because playing against Dredge during Nightfall sucks. So, we'll see. We'll have to see. But for now, I want to thank you all for watching. Are you excited for anything here? Unreal update, Blight add-on updates, Hillbilly rework, Alan Wake. What do you think of his perks? All that stuff. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And until next time, I will see you in the fog. Gameplay will be back soon. Next thing we will be doing is going for power moves, which is, you know, hell, I have that and Outbreak Breakout still for the Survivor side, and then just play as Killer for most of it. So, I'm hesitant to start power moves and Outbreak Breakout, because that's gonna be hell, but that will return soon enough. But until then, I will see you in the fog. Good luck.